Hello, and welcome to the second tour of the Augustinians here at Villanova University. The Augustinians came to the United States in 1796 in order to serve the Irish immigrants living in Philadelphia at that time. During that time in Ireland itself, it was illegal for there to be public masses. And so the friars didn't dress in the traditional habit that we wear today because that would have been against the law. But when they arrived in the New World, when they came to Philadelphia, they came so that they might help and support people who were needy in order to elevate their lives. And this is a place that has done that very thing for decades in the Augustinian tradition. The grace of living on this piece of land that has been a place where so many prayed and so many learned and so many did good things for other people is such a blessing in the life of the Augustinian community. And the friars themselves have lived through these generations dealing with the things that happen in real life with real people and trying to bring healing and forgiveness and grace and peace to other people. We also were part of the history of the United States in several ways. And here we have a very interesting part of the American history. These three men, Gilbert Clunk, John Dorgan, and Albert Starr, if you look on their headstones, all died in October of 1918. Gilbert Clunk on October 10th, John Dorgan on October 11th, and Albert Starr on October 15th. This was the historical moment of the Spanish flu in the United States. All three of these friars made their way back to God at a particular time when many in this country were dying and left destitute. Our accompaniment of the people that we work with, that we teach for, and the ones that we minister to are the ones that help us also in our own journey to become what we are not yet. God rest their souls. I want to introduce you to a very special friar, the first to be buried in this sacred space, Thomas Darrah. Thomas was born in 1850 and died on November 16th, 1878. He entered the novitiate at Villanova on January 21st, 1871. In August of that year, he left the novitiate for Washington in order to join the secular clergy. He entered the United States Army on September 16th, 1872, and he professed his religious vows on his deathbed on November 10th, 1878, at the age of 28 years old. He was the first member of the province to be buried here, and he was buried beside his brother, James. What's beautiful about where we stand right now is also that both of these brothers are buried and are at rest in the shadow of our Mother of Good Counsel, the grotto here on campus that so many of us go to in times of worry, concern, or gratitude. What a great gift it is for us in the Augustinian order to have our Mother of Good Counsel as the person who guides and protects us on this journey, and certainly did that with all of the friars who are gathered here today. All of the headstones are the same size in the cemetery across the whole thing until we arrive at this one. This is the Right Reverend William A. Jones, O.S.A., Bishop of Puerto Rico. Pope Pius X named Father Jones Bishop of Puerto Rico in September 1906. He was ordained by the Apostolic Delegate in the Augustinian Church of El Cristo. Interestingly enough, he also was inflicted by disease. He was repeatedly afflicted with yellow fever and came back and forth to the United States to seek help. And his funeral took place on February 23rd in the Church of St. Thomas of Villanova, which Bishop Jones himself had consecrated in 1907. The size of the headstone most certainly indicates that he was a bishop in the Catholic Church. But eventually, after his funeral at Villanova, his body was taken from Villanova and reinterred in the San Juan Cathedral on November 19th, 1977. And as the Latin words say at the bottom of all of these headstones, may they rest in peace. These are the friars that have changed our lives as a community and the lives of the people of the Philadelphia area and well beyond, all the way from coast to coast in the United States, Canada, and all around the Americas. There's two friars here that I knew personally while they were still alive, and both of them are former presidents of Villanova University. The first one here is Father John Driscoll, president of Villanova University, 1975 to 1988. He is a person that I lean into as a friar on campus when I need a little bit of encouragement in the challenges of the work of education. And also, Father Ed Dobbin, president of Villanova University, 1988 through 2006. Both of these men inspired me and gave me the courage and the strength to continue to do this important work of Augustinian education, Augustinian spirituality, Augustinian unity, and Augustinian truth. What a remarkable thing to be able to celebrate the lives of these very accomplished and spiritual friars, while at the same time looking across from them at our students here on campus, enjoying themselves and continuing the Augustinian value of life and community on our way towards God. So just when you think you've seen everything, we have one more friar who is buried here on campus. Let's go in and take a look. As we head into the main church, imagine with me for a moment, over the centuries that Villanova has been the Augustinian home for so many people. How many of those people entered this church and carried through the decades their hopes, their dreams, their gratitude, and their faith? The grandeur of the building itself, again, elevates our minds, our hearts, and our souls to look towards the things of heaven. So many blessings. Welcome to the Church of St. Thomas of Villanova on the campus of Villanova University. Come on in. How many friars, parishioners, students, faculty, and staff have dipped their finger into this holy water fount and blessed themselves in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit? These are our ancestors in faith and our current place where we celebrate together the great love and generosity of God Himself. This is where our students gather on a Sunday evening. This is where our parishioners gather on a Sunday morning. And here is a place where countless students come over and over again to pray. Let's take a peek over here first. The real presence of Jesus in the Eucharist is manifested in this tabernacle. And this sacred space has brought so much comfort and grace and peace to so many people. The goodness of God prevails wherever we go. The stained glass windows representing the saints as well as Augustinian friars themselves. But here's the other friar who is buried on campus, but this time in a very different way. Father Bill Atkinson's body was taken from the Augustinian cemetery on his pathway towards becoming a saint. His body now rests in this sarcophagus, a place that I come to regularly. And not too long ago, I was really struggling. And I came in here and I was alone in the church. And I went right to the sarcophagus and I knelt before him and I placed my hands on the marble and I asked him to help me. I closed my eyes in that moment and almost instantaneously I felt the energy of his presence. And in that moment I saw that for us life is changed, not ended. I continued to come back over and over again and to place both of my hands here. And pay close attention with my heart and my soul. And in that, on the very first time that I did that, I said out loud, Bill, you are alive. And that is what we believe in the saints, that they are still alive, that they are always with us. And let's one last time take a look upward so that we might consider for this last moment together the great gift of our faith, the courage and the strength of the Augustinian community, and the values that we share with one another and with the world. May God bless us all, and may the souls of the faithful departed, through the mercy of God, rest in peace.